Hello, welcome to your full moon reading for the full moon in Aquarius on August 15th. I'm going to do pick a card style like we did for the new moon. And I have 3 tarot decks as well as an oracle deck. And then I'm also going to do some charms like we did before. So we have the Universal Weight, we have the Vivid Journey Tarot, and we have the Dark Mansion Tarot, as well as the Divine Energy Oracle deck. Okay, so I'm gonna get my charms. I forgot to get those ready. And I have my little bag of charms. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get started. I'm gonna move these out of the way so I can shuffle and make our piles. I'm gonna do 3 piles. Move these over. I'll probably knock them over if I put them there. Oh look, I'm shedding. Sorry guys. All right, it's real life, okay? All right, we're gonna start with the Dark Mansion. For some reason, that's where I'm going. All right, so let's get a couple of shuffles. This one's not so easy to shuffle, but we're gonna do it. All right. There's 1. I'm gonna do 3. 2. 3, like the commercial. Yeah. If you're old enough to remember, you're my peoples. All right, let's shuffle for pile number 1, stack number 1. I don't like saying pile. Stack number 1. Any messages regarding the full moon? Oh, would you look at that? Okay, I think we've got our, that is actually way too many. We're gonna do that again, but that one did show up, so I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know if you saw it or not. Let's see if we can get just a couple, because we have 3 decks here. So one or 2 more. All right, I'm going to do 1 more. And if nothing pops out, we'll take one from the top and move on. Messages for the people who pick this stack of cards for the full moon, August 15th. Okay, that one is what we're taking. All right. Set that aside for a minute. Then we're going to go to the Vivid Journey. All right, I'm going to do, these ones are a little easier to shuffle, normal shuffles. All right. These are a little bit thinner, but they are so slippery. All right. I'm only doing 2 on this one, I feel. Well, and there they are. That's all we needed. All right, and Universal Weight. See if we can get a card or 2 out of this one. If you're new here, my name is Melissa. I do tarot readings around the new moon and the full moon. Sometimes I do zodiac signs, sometimes I do pick a card. Really kind of depends on what I'm feeling and honestly how much time I have. I'm feeling 4 for this one, so 2 more. And let's see, what else can I tell you while I'm shuffling? So the reason I keep the shuffle in, okay, there's 1, and then 1, oh, 2 more flew. Okay. All right, those are our cards for stack number 1. So the reason I do the shuffle and show it to you is because if you see something in the way that I'm shuffling or something calls to you while I'm shuffling, or you get like, I don't know, a tingle or something while I'm shuffling for a certain stack, then that may help you choose your stack. So that's why I don't just cut to the chase. But if you are not interested in watching me shuffle the cards, then feel free to fast forward. I will timestamp the shuffle, the end of the shuffles, in the first comment. So if you want to skip the shuffles, feel free to check that first comment and skip them. All right, our Divine Energy Oracle card. Okay, Oracle cards are kind of big and I have tiny little girl hands. I mean, that doesn't really have anything to do with gender, honestly. Let's see if we can get one. All right, that one kind of stuck to my fingers. That's the one we're choosing. All right, stack number 2. Dark Mansion. If I get to 3 shuffles without any jumpers, we'll take 1 from the top. Stack number 2, full moon, August 15th. 1 more shuffle. Anything? Whoop! All right, that was way too many. I will take the 1 from the stack that flew out, and then the 1 from the top. All right, so that one, and that one. Those are our messages. Vivid Journey. Oh boy, these are so slippery. It's hard to just get one out of the stack, or this deck. All right. Every Monday, I also post a video on a metaphysical topic. Right now, we're discussing crystals by zodiac. Okay, both of those, got it. So if you're interested in that, there's a link to the playlist for the Metaphysical Monday videos in the description box, as always. There always is. All right. Well, hello there. All right. I feel like maybe I'm rushing or something, and that's why they keep jumping stacks of them out. I don't know. Stack number 2 for the full moon, August 15th. 1. Okay. And our Divine Energy Oracle deck. Yeah. And then we're going to do stack number 3. I'm actually going to start with the Universal Weight since it was on top over there on the side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Stack number 3 for the full moon. Okay. You saw that one, I'm sure. See how it plays with the other cards. Okay, that one too. Got them. Dark Mansion. Any messages for those who choose stack number 3 for the full moon, August 15th? That one. And way out of the way so I have room to play the cards. And Vivid Journey. Messages for whoever chooses this stack. Okay, that one. For the full moon, August 15th. That one. Okay. I'm kind of actually calling one more card. Hold on. Feeling you're not done yet. Okay. Yep. 2 actually. All right. Now we have all of our cards. Well, no, we don't. Haha. Just kidding. Divine Energy Oracle deck for the last stack. Messages for the full moon, August 15th. Okay. Oh, there's actually 2 of them. We'll take them both. How about that? All righty. All right. Now let's get to our charms. Let me make this a little bit nice and neat for you and make sure that you can see everything. That didn't come out nice and neat like I tried for. All right. Meh. All right, there we go. Then I'm gonna pick some charms. Okay, we're gonna put that one back there. All right. Okie dokie. That one does not want to stay on there. What could that mean? All right. Get these where you can see them so you can have a minute to think about which stack you like. All right. All right. Feel free to pause the video. Take a second if you need, unless you've already decided. We have stack 1, stack 2, and stack 3. All right, so let's start with stack number 1. We'll move these out of the way. And then this one here. All right, on top of stack number 1, we have the Sun, Lightning Bolt, Leaf, the Triquetra, Trinity Knot, and the Aquarius Locket. So we'll set those off to the side. This lace little placemat thing doesn't do good for sliding charms. All right, let's see what cards we have. We have the Moon. Okay, the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Two of Cups, okay, Three of Pentacles, a Six of Cups, okay, we have 6 and a 7, we have 2 twos, Ace of Wands, Five of Swords, and your Oracle card is Admit Your Vulnerabilities. Okay, so it looks like what we might be dealing with, obviously, if you trust deck number 1, this is what we might have going on around the full moon time. We have possibly, I feel like there could be a decision, maybe you're weighing options, but you're feeling a little overwhelmed with the amount of options that you have. You may have narrowed it down to 2, but something you're feeling like something is being hidden, okay? You're feeling like maybe you don't know the whole truth of whatever this decision is, that you don't feel like you have all of the information. There's too much going on, and it just feels kind of like you like someone's trying to throw too much information in order to confuse you so that they can sway your decision, if that makes sense. That's what I'm feeling for the top row here. I feel like that's kind of what you have going on right now. You're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the possibility of making a decision, like maybe you don't have the information that you need to make this decision. But I feel like once you make this decision and we're moving into the second half of the moon phase, you start working on something. I'm feeling very positive about the, this is kind of the feeling as you're leading up to the full moon, or maybe even during the full moon. But then once you get through that phase of, because the full moon can make us a little extra emotional, or maybe a little more anxious. Everybody has a different reaction during the full moon energy. So I feel like it depends on you, but I feel like that's what's kind of going on during that time. This is the feeling, maybe a little bit more anxious over something that you feel like you need to decide on, but you're not feeling like you're clued in on everything. Clued in for some reason. That is not me. That is spirit. I'm not that. Can resonate for you. If it doesn't, let it go. But we also have, I feel like this is going to happen kind of after the full moon, moving into the next phase of the moon cycle. I see you working on something. There may be bringing some help in to kind of help you, maybe even with making this decision. I feel you kind of like you feel overwhelmed, and then you come to the realization that, okay, I don't have enough information. Maybe I need to bring somebody in to kind of help clarify some things for me, see? And there's also kind of a looking back, maybe looking back at your past, trying to kind of maybe remember some things that will help you trigger what it is that you feel like you're missing out as far as information. This looking back possibly into your past, or just kind of remembering something will help shed light on this, and it gives you kind of a new idea here, or a realization possibly. I feel like this is definitely a realization, but I feel like you may need to get some help. I feel like with these two together, I feel like maybe some like past life hypnosis, something like that maybe, that you could reach out for assistance from somebody on that. Make sure I have the cards where you can see them. Okay. But I feel like maybe calling someone in to kind of help you, like maybe reaching out to a parent or a grandparent or somebody that was around before that maybe may help you remember something from your past that will help you, that will kind of like give you this new, like you feel clued in, you know, you feel like, okay, I have a fresh start here. Now I can move forward with whatever the situation is that you're kind of questioning here. You start to feel like you can move forward with that. Now, this is fire energy. This could be a person coming in for you that possibly a fire sign. But it doesn't have to be. It could just be, this could be you. And I feel like this is spirit, okay? The wands represent fire energy, your spiritual side, something passionate, something that you can be passionate about or motivated through, or something along those lines. But I feel like once you kind of get past this feeling like you don't have all the information, getting the information from maybe looking back in your past, possibly getting somebody's, some help from somebody. I feel like that could be maybe a hypnosis to kind of, maybe you have like a repressed memory that you need to bring forward and you get somebody to help you with that. Or possibly there's a relative, an older relative that was around when you were younger that might be able to remind you of some things that maybe you forgot from your past that will help with some clarity. And I feel like this could be spiritual clarity. This could be making you able to follow through on a new project, possibly, if that's what this decision is pertaining to. But I feel like overall, I feel like you get out of this, I'm hearing to the victor go the spoils. So if this is a relationship, which we have the Two of Cups here, that it very well could be, but I don't have anything really that's leaning one way or the other, whether this is relationship or work or anything like that. There's not really a defining, this is what it's about. So I feel like for some of you it's one, and for some of you it's something else. But for some of you, I feel like maybe this is a relationship that you feel like maybe they're hiding something, but you're not sure, and there's too many things going in either direction that could indicate that somebody's hiding something, but then you also feel like they're being truthful. So if this is a relationship for you, I feel like you kind of move on from the relationship, but you feel like you won in this case, is what I'm feeling here. I feel like you left behind here what you didn't want, what doesn't resonate with you anymore, and you took what belongs to you, what will help you in the future, what will, this could be ideas or thoughts or communications. Like a lot of times, like you'll have a conversation with someone and you just kind of always remember that conversation, like it struck a chord with you. You're taking that with you and leaving the bullshit behind, basically, leaving drama behind. Now, I do feel like if you are moving forward from a relationship, the other person is not going to be too happy about it, okay? So if that's the case, be prepared for that. But let's see what the charms add to this story. I just moved the whole thing. There we go. All right, let's do the charms, see if we can add some clarity. Okay. This one's kind of on both. This one's kind of not on any of them. And okay. I'm gonna flip this over. All right. So this one, the lightning bolt, I feel like is something quick, right? It's in a flash. A flash, like maybe a flashback of a memory, like we were talking before about going, maybe getting somebody to help you go into your past. I feel like it's just a split second of something that maybe happened that you blocked out or you forgot, that you need to be reminded of. But it's something that was quick. All right. So lightning fast. It was a flash. There, like maybe a flashback, or I'm also hearing blast from the past. So it doesn't have to be a negative memory that you have blocked out. It could be something good that happened that, kind of maybe got overshadowed by some other stuff that kind of pushed it down to the bottom. Our brains work in a weird way where they remember bad shit more clearly or more vividly than the good stuff. For some reason, that's how our brains are wired. It's how we were brought up. It's, ingrained in us. But I feel like whatever it is that is from the past, it's something quick. It was just a brief moment in time. Okay. But I feel like we have the Trinity knot. We have different connotations for this. It did make an appearance in the last pick a card. The Mother, the Maiden, the Crone, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It could mean different things depending on what's going on here. I feel like this is kind of bringing the three over here. Do you see how that's coming together? It's bringing the three. It means there should be three, right? Like a person, and the memory. There's a three going on here. So I'm not going to go out there and say there's a third party situation. Could be something that maybe happened. Maybe it was you that had an extra thing that happened that buzzed very quickly. But something that you could bring forward to kind of remind yourself, like, we got through this. But it could also very well indicate that you do need to get some outside help. Bringing somebody in to help you either remember something or but I feel like this is just bringing that three over closer. It's just smushing these two cards together for me, okay? But I feel like there's definitely an indicator that somebody else could be coming in to help you either make a decision or remember something, okay? Now this the locket here could very well be dealing with an Aquarius person. This is also only one half of a locket. Little personal note, it belonged to my grandmother who passed a few years ago. She was an Aquarius, my son is an Aquarius, and my mother is an Aquarius. So it could be an Aquarius that you're dealing with, and that could be the only, maybe you're deciding between two people. One of them is an Aquarius, and it's kind of shedding some light on that person, if that applies to you, if that's the case. But also we could go the other direction and say, this is only half of the locket. What do you put inside of a locket? A memory, right? So again, going back to something maybe from your past that could be trying to tell you something, but you're just not listening, that will help make this decision for you. Not for you, but help you make this decision for yourself. Not to put any responsibility on anybody else. Everybody is responsible for their own happiness, satisfaction, life. That it is ultimately how you live your life is up to you. So I just want to clarify that I'm not saying that, that will help you make the decision. You still need to make the decision yourself, but maybe that will help bring something to the surface for you. And then last charm, but definitely not least, this is like the Sun card, okay? This is positive outcome, sunshiny days, everything is looking up for you. There is always a new start. The sun reminds me of the sunrise, but it can also mean a sunset. So whatever this beginning is, the aces is always a beginning. There is something new, either spiritually, passionate-wise, something that you want to physically do that makes you happy. There is something that this indicates a beginning and an end to me. We have sunrise and sunset. So something may need to come to an end in order for this new beginning to, come to be for you. But I feel like it's a new beginning that will help you grow spiritually. And so that kind of ties to this card as well. I feel like, saying before that, you may need to leave something behind that's no longer serving you. I feel like there could be an end in your future. Now, we don't have the Death card, which would indicate an end, but also a new beginning. But I feel like it's a soft death. I don't feel like this is... No decisions to end a relationship are easy, but what I feel like is it's not... Maybe not permanent. Maybe it's a temporary leave. Maybe it's a temporary ending. Maybe it's an ending that you, to something that you aren't really that attached to. But I do feel like has to be an ending for this beginning to come for you. Okay? So that's our first stack. Let's talk a little bit about admitting your vulnerabilities. Okay. Again, decision making, is that your vulnerability? Really, I want to ask you a question, leave the ball in your court. What do you feel you are vulnerable about, or because of, or what are your vulnerabilities? Okay, and perhaps that will help lead you to answering this question that you have, I feel like, about yourself. Okay, so I feel like admitting your vulnerabilities, first you have to figure out what they are. So yes, just ask yourself, what are your vulnerabilities? That way you can face them, work on them, work through them, and ultimately get to this, like, this is a new beginning and a dawning of a new day for you, okay? So, but I feel like to get there, it would help you grow spiritually if you did think about what your vulnerabilities might be so that you can work on them, okay? Let's move on to stack number 2. Okay. Get those out of there. All right, stack number 2. We have stack number 2 is the family, siblings. Not sure. This is the photo that came in this little frame. It's actually from a bracelet. But siblings or family in a photo, so possibly a memory. We have the feather. Where are you? Let's see if we can get it. Perfect. We have the feather. And we have button. Okay, here we go. All right, set those off to the side. And let's see what our cards are. We have the Two of Cups. We had that in the first stack. Two of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. I'm putting that right there. I don't know why. And the Hierophant. And then our oracle card is Express Your Joy. Let's set that over here. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of, we have the Two of Cups. I'm going to move this down here. I feel like that reads a little bit better. I feel like, okay, why did I put that there? Because I'm feeling like the reason I was called to move that down is I feel like these are all pertaining to this Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups, very similar to the Lover's card, if you ask me. I mean, and pretty much anyone else. We do see a couple. They do seem happy. We have the lovebirds up there. There are also 2 worms in the apple. So I feel like this reading is going to pertain to a relationship. Okay, so we have the King of Cups here, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Wands. So we have a king, a queen, a knight, and the Hierophant. So having the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, I'm seeing possibly a ceremony to unite 2 souls together. Okay, we do have wands here, 2 wands. We also have 2 cups, but the 2 wands to me are signifying a spiritual union of sorts. We have a king and a queen. We have the Two of Cups, the Hierophant. I'm like, it's screaming wedding. Okay, now it doesn't have to be a wedding per se, but some type of uniting of souls. Yes, that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more in depth. Okay, so king and queen. So we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. We have water and we have fire. Okay, very interesting. Also drawn to the cat back here. So perhaps your Queen of Wands in this situation. I'm trying to think of a better way to say this, but I feel like your queen is a witch. Not in a bad way, but I feel like she's kind of in tune with nature, possibly drawn to animals. But I feel like your Queen of Wands is very nature oriented, very spiritual. And then we have the King of Cups, which is kind of an emotional, more mature, kind of in charge person. So like we just have so many people. Like there's just people. I feel like the Two of Cups is the king and queen here. Then we have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like there's a spiritual uplifting or movement for this relationship. And I really feel like this is just very specifically about a relationship. But it's all positive. I feel like there's a relationship. It's a current relationship that you're already in that is moving forward. And I really feel like if you're not already engaged, start thinking about what kind of ring you like. because that's really what I'm feeling for this. So, I mean, very, very simply put, that's all that I see here. That is very clear to me that that's what that is. And let's throw our charms out there just to see if we can get a little bit more clarification. Okay, now here we go. The feather is spiritual signs, okay? Angels, they say when you see a feather, it's an angel making its presence known. And then this one kind of fell off to the side, but it is touching the Two of Cups. But we have, again, like family memories. So I feel like maybe there is, okay, I'm really getting something very specific, so this may or may not apply. I feel like possibly this being above and kind of just touching it, I feel like this is maybe a family member that's passed that is giving their blessing for this union, okay? So that's very specific. If that applies to you, great. If not, let it go. But I feel like there is definitely a spiritually guided union here. Like I said earlier, spiritual union. But I feel like there's possibly, maybe, honestly, I'm getting a visual of a wedding with a picture frame of a family member at the altar to, you know, like be there with them to, you know, but that whoever that is, whoever this applies for, they've already blessed this union, okay? And then the button, this is creativity, and we have it on top of the Hierophant, which kind of makes me feel like perhaps, like I said again, this doesn't specifically have to be a wedding, but more of a spiritual union. I'm feeling like there's some creativity going on with maybe who is officiating the wedding, or perhaps the way the proposal goes down, if that's what's coming up for you. There's definitely something creative in the works here for this. So if it's somebody that you've met doing something creative, I mean, yeah, we're looking at the full moon and for like the second half of August. So if you're not in a relationship, this could be somebody that you maybe met in a creative manner that is being guided to you to kind of bring you guys together in a spiritual kind of way. We also have express your joy, which I feel like goes very, very well with a celebration of a union. I really don't feel like this needs a whole lot of explanation, but yes, if you're happy about something, if you're happy about meeting somebody, say so. You know, if something is really making you happy right now, King of Cups, then let them know. If it's a person that, you know, just feels right in your life, don't be afraid to express that to them, okay? But yeah, other than that, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. When you express joy, you bring more joy into your life. If you kind of hold back, then the universe feels you holding back, and they'll hold back too. So make sure you're expressing things, okay? Get it out. All right, let's move on to stack number 3. Can we play the Jeopardy music while I do this? I don't know, copyright infringement possibly, so maybe not. I don't know where all my cards are going. All right. I'm making this tune up, so no copyrights. All right. Stack number 3. Stack number 3. All right, we have the screw. Don't take that way. I hear you. I hear your thoughts. I know how you took that. All right, we have the infinity heart. Buddha. Can you see that? Let's see how good I can get that to focus there. There we go. Buddha. And the butterfly. Okay. Sorry. All right. Our cards are as follows. We have the 10 of Pentacles, another 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, King of Wands, 6 of Cups, the Empress. Ooh, boy, okay. The Knight of Cups. And then we had 2, I'm going to save these for last. Give you a little peek there, but I'm going to save the reveal of those for the end because I saw them and I like them. So I want to keep it as a surprise. Okay, 10, Night King, and okay. All right, so I feel like this is beautiful. This is, being super comfortable, having your home the way you want it, something that feels like everything's falling into place, okay? But I feel like you're over something else. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said in the other one, something has to come to an end in order for something else to start. I feel like bringing this is coming full circle, and this is really just being over it. So I feel like once you reach this point, you're ready to move on to something new. This doesn't necessarily, this looks very, very, very bad, but it's not. It just means that it's time to move on to another phase. So I feel like you reach the peak as far as, your earth energy goes, as far as your home, your job, your security, your physical, tangible, earthbound things go. You feel pretty content there. And once you reach that point, though, you start finding other things that you would like to do. So this one comes full circle. It's like a completion there. And then you're ready to move on to the next phase. And I feel like for some of you, you're looking for, okay, you've got your career set. You've got your job is good. You're making the money that you want to make, or whatever it is. You got the house that you wanted, or whatever it is. You finally moved out on your own, and now you're feeling like you're pretty good financially, or whatever, and that you want to move on to the next phase. Well, I feel like for some of you, the next phase is a relationship. You're ready to settle down with someone. I see a celebration or a coming together or a preparation for something here, and I feel like it's a relationship. I feel like there's possibly a fire sign that is coming into your life, or that is already in your life, that you feel like you might be ready to settle down with them. Okay, but I'm also seeing a little bit of there's a knight here. Okay, with maybe somebody kind of playing with your emotions. I don't feel like it's this king. This king he's going to do what he wants to do, and he's going to include you in it. But if you don't want to be there, he doesn't want to be there. That kind of thing. He's not really controlling, but he's not going to stay where he's not wanted. But I feel like the Knight of Cups is somebody kind of trying to play with you. Somebody trying to be like smooth and trying to distract you from your dreams, your goals, whatever. There's a distraction here with that. But I'm feeling like if I just move this right here, does anybody see what I'm seeing here? You're ready to settle down with Mr. Wonderful here. Create some fond memories. There's a little kid right here next to the Empress, and the Empress is usually pregnant, or it's about birthing of something new, a new life, a new outlook, a new something birthing. Okay, definitely could indicate the readiness, preparedness to have a baby. You're ready to create some memories here, but I feel a warning in looking out for this distraction right here. Like, keep that distraction out of the way, because I feel like you're ready to go in a different direction, and there's still this distraction that's kind of like, see, like I put him under the Ten of Swords, and that makes sense to me right there. Okay, like these go together, and this is just like, don't let something come between you and your dreams. Follow your dreams. There's something out there for you, something very positive that's coming in. So let's see what our charms add to the story. They all fell in the middle. Okay. Buddha's right here on the Four of Wands, and the butterfly is touching this. So, okay. So the screw, I'm gonna start with that because I feel like that's important. The screw to me is working on something. There's something that needs to maybe be fixed. Something that needs some work, something that you need to pay attention to and work on, okay? So I feel like that has to do, it fell on the Six of Cups, so that's going to have to do with creating memories. So I feel like there's some work that needs to be done, possibly between you and another person, that before you can get to that point. Now we have the butterfly that's touching the Ten of Wands, which is usually, like I said earlier, is about change. The butterfly also about change, metamorphosis. Again, moving to the next phase, like I said earlier, but it's going to, it's definitely pointing out the change that is going on with this creating memories. Okay. I feel like there's a change that has to happen, something that needs to be worked on with the screw before you can get to that creating memories phase. So possibly, maybe you haven't met this person yet. Maybe that's what needs to be worked on. Okay. I'm going to go to the Buddha on the Four of Wands here. I mean, it's kind of funny. They could be meditating. I mean, that could be very Buddha. They're in a garden, like a Zen garden, okay? So I feel like really getting in touch with yourself. Buddha practices, not practices, but taught of being unattached, not really putting all of your eggs in one basket. It is perfectly fine to love. You should love everyone, according to Buddha. But you know, that kind of does resemble a lotus right there, does it not? Let's see if you can see that. See that? Please focus. There we go. It kind of looks like a lotus that he's handing her, does not? Okay, so we have Buddha there. And Buddha is telling me, not literally, I don't feel like it's the spirit of Buddha connecting with me, but I feel like Buddha's kind of signaling to me that you need to make sure that you're working on yourself, looking within, not getting too attached to the outcome of things, and going with the flow and enjoying the ride, okay? Making sure that you're really being in touch with your own feelings before being attached to what other people feel, either about you, for you, towards you, whatever, but really making sure that you're okay with you. Now this is kind of touching it. I kind of just want to take that off, but this to me represents family, and I feel like that's really what we're talking about. But perhaps there's a change in your current family life. Again, change. I think there's maybe a change in your current family life, and that perhaps that's what you need to work on in order to get to this point. But I do feel like there is definitely some positive things coming in for you. Just keep in mind to not allow distractions to come in and toy with your emotions, okay? There's some changes going on, and you really need to focus on yourself during that time. Just like the full moon, we're at that peak of the cycle, and it's time, that could be your good switching point for you to work on what needs to be worked on so that you can have the positive changes that you're looking for. And I feel like it's really going to start with you, okay? Looking in and really maybe deciding if this is really what you want. This isn't a definite outcome for you. This is a possible outcome if you do the work. So, I would suggest that maybe working on yourself, a little meditation, could be what the doctor ordered for you to move on to what it is that you're working on here. Now let's look at these. Reach for the stars, but be patient. Again, not being attached to the outcome. Not being attached to the outcome will help you get to where you want to be in a smoother fashion, is what I'm hearing. It's going to be a smoother ride if you're patient and are not trying to focus too hard and being attached to the outcome. Reach for the stars. Go for it. If this is the life that you want right here, absolutely you can have it. But keep in mind that patience is going to be very important. Okay? Being patient with yourself, I'm hearing. With yourself. Be patient with yourself. You are a work in progress. You are the butterfly. And it is time for that change. But be patient with yourself. Okay? But don't lose sight of your goals. Don't be distracted. All right? So that is what I'm feeling for you if you chose this pile. If you liked your reading, if it resonated with you, please feel free to leave me a comment if that's what you would like to do. If you would like to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do a video every Monday on a metaphysical topic, and we're talking about crystals by zodiac sign right now. So if you're interested in that, the link for the playlist is in the description box, and make sure you hit notifications for the next video. So I will see you in the next video, and have a blessed day.